the ASCII character reveal that you might have seen used in a bunch of places, including award sites, templates, even in Twitter. You might have seen people building cool stuff using the character reveal. We'll be building that in this video. So when I refresh the page, you'd see that we've got this cool, bunch of different characters basically coming in and then shaping itself in the shape of the image. And then once everything is done, loading, it basically fades and then reveals the actual image. So it's a really cool effect that you might have seen getting used in so many different places. And in this video, we're going to be learning to build just that. The source code as well as the live link is in the description, so you guys can go and check it out. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on, because I bring in cool stuff like this every week. And also comment down if you already knew about this or not. And yeah, without any delay, let's get started and let's build this. So here I am in my index or HTML file, wherein, as you can see, I've got some CSS and then the HTML. Now, let me show you how it renders. So, okay, so this is how the entire layout renders. So it's kind of like a masonry layout wherein we've got different images, black and white. Now, we can directly jump into the JavaScript and start building it. So now if you want to know what is in there, there's nothing complicated. You just have a bunch of tiles and then images inside, and then they're basically placed in a grid layout, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to be starting off with JavaScript. We've got all the CDNs needed, ScrambleText plugin, which is a GSAP, and then the GSAP plugin itself. So we've got both in here. So as you can see, now the first thing that we do is we register GSAP, and then we've got 4 constants. Now you can register, or even if you don't register, it should be fine. So what we do is we've got 4 constants. So the first string, looks random, but it's honestly the heart of the whole effect. So if you look at it the way it is, so it starts with space, dot, colon, and then all the way to the @ sign. So it's basically sorted. So basically from nothing to a big heavy character. So when a pixel is bright, we grab something from the very start, and then when it's dark, we grab something from the end. That's it. So that's the ASCII art. So, and then we've got the scramble characters. So these are the chunky characters that basically create the scramble noise later that we'll build. And then we've got columns and rows, 25 by 22. That's basically our grid. So every image becomes 550 characters. So that's pretty much that is. So now the next thing that we do is we start with this generate ASCII function. So what this does is basically it returns to you an array of different characters, basically ones that we will be, adding on top of the image, which will eventually show as the scrambling or the ASCII effect. So here what we do is we first, grab the image ratio and then the frame ratio. And then what we do is we readjust the size of the image. Now let me explain you in a bit detail. So this thing basically gives you back 550 characters, which we render. Now this if and else that you see is, so our image are displayed as object fit cover. So if you see here, we've got the images as object fit cover. So what this does is the browser automatically crops it into the ratio of 4 by 5, which is this one. So what we do is we also ourselves want the ASCII characters to be properly cropped instead of, just letting it on top, because if we just let it sit on top, it won't basically match the bright side and the dark side. So what we do is we check for if it's, if it's too wide, crop the sides. If it's too tall, crop the top and bottom. And that's essentially what this does. Next thing is we make a canvas element with the same width and height that we define here for the columns and rows. And then we basically draw the image using the canvas context. And then what we do is we get the data. Now, if you haven't used this before, so it basically gives you a flat array which has red, green, blue, alpha, and then it repeats again as red, green, blue, and alpha. So it just goes on repeating. So you'll see later on how I jump 4 spots to get the next pixels. So this basically gives you an array with the 4 different channels, 3 channels, and the 4th one is the alpha value. And then this is the characters array, which will be returning, which has, the 550 characters. And then what we do is we loop through all the different columns and rows, basically 550 times. And here it is, we jump 4 spots to grab each pixel. And then what we do is we calculate the brightness. So what we do is we take the average of the first 3, which is red, green, and blue, which are the first index, the second one, and then third one. And then we divide it by 3, basically grab the average, and then again divide by 255. This basically gives you the brightness value in between 0 and 1. And then since the entire UI of ours is dark themed, so we want dark spots to have characters and bright spots to have almost nothing. So what we do is we reverse the order. So we just we just basically reverse it. That's pretty much it. And then what we do is we push it into the array, and then we just return it. That's pretty much it. Next thing is the animate tile, which is the core and which has the entire animating effect. So what we do is we make an element, we call it ASCII, and then we render it on top of the image. We then generate the different cells. So this generate ASCII, that basically the method that we created, gives us the 550 characters. So we loop through all the 550 characters and then render span element for each of the individual characters. And instead of assigning the character directly within the span as text content or inner HTML, what we do is we save it as a data set, meaning we save it as a data attribute to be used later by the GSAP. So we do that, and then we append that within the ASCII div, and then we return the span, and then again we take it and then append it as a child to the actual image. Now once we have everything in there, the image has the overlay and stuff, what we do is we animate it using GSAP. So we now grab all the different cells that we created, and then we take in the delay. So this also has this delay. It takes in the image as well as the delay. So the delay is basically, for each of the individual images, we want it to start at a different time frame. So this delay helps in that. The duration of it is 1 second. We start off with the ScrambleText effect. So it takes the index and then the span. So the text is what is the final character that you want to show, and then the characters here basically show you the noise that you want to create. So the scramble characters, which is this, so these are the different characters that we want to have the jittering effect or the noise, and then at the end it should settle and then have this as the final character. And then we assign it speed and then a tween length, since we always want to only have 1 character for each individual spot. So we just have the tween length as false. And then we have the staggering effect. We want everything to, all the different characters to happen randomly, and then not all the characters should start immediately, one after the other. So we have a 3 milliseconds of a bit of, delay in between. And then once everything is completed, we basically hide the ASCII div just so that the actual image that is under it can get revealed. Now, when I save, you won't be seeing anything even if I refresh. The reason for that is because we've just, created the different methods. We haven't actually implemented it. So what we do now is we grab all the different images that we have within the tile, and then for each of the individual method, we do image decode, and then we do this animate tile, and then based off the different index, we add a bit of delay. Now, the reason for that, this decode, is you shouldn't skip it because it's a promise that waits until the image is fully loaded and decoded. Because if you try to read the pixels from an image that isn't loaded, you just end up getting garbage or error. So you only want it to start animating once everything is ready. And let's save, and here we have it. So let's refresh again. So you see now the ASCII effect, and once everything is loaded, it fades and then it reveals the actual image. So that's it for this video. The source code as well as the live link is in the description, so you guys can go and check it out. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on, because I bring in cool stuff every week. And yeah, that's it for this video. Meet you guys in the next. Till then, bye bye, take care, and peace.